Yeah, anyhow, we will start. So let them join. Okay. So let me share my screen. Guys, along with the Tableau, right? So you guys need to install any one of the database. Okay. So my suggestion is you guys can go with a Snowflake database. Okay. You guys can install the Snowflake. Or if you guys are interested to work on SQL, like both, anything is fine. Okay. You guys need to install any one database. See, in generally in the institutes, right? So normally the people used to explain by connecting to only the Excel files which the Tableau has been provided, sample data source. Okay. But right, so we are going to use that one as well. But right, so we should know how we are going to connect to the database and how we are going to bring the tables into your Tableau environment. Okay. Okay, fine. So let me open the Tableau application. Once you will install the Tableau, you guys can open it from your machine. Okay. See guys, one more important thing. Once you will install the Tableau desktop in your machine, automatically one folder is going to be created in my Tableau. The folder name is called My Tableau repository under Documents. Under My Documents. See, normally when you will go to your folders, right? So I am going to click on Browse. This folder Explore. Here if you go to my documents, say under my documents you can see my Tableau repository. So this is the folder, automatically it's going to be created in your mission under my documents. See, actually this my Tableau repository folder will contain again subfolders. In the subfolders you can see bookmarks, connectors, data sources, extensions, logs, map sources. So many subfolders were there. Actually these subfolders and the preferences, whatever the file, you can see preferences file. And here you can see, if you go to shapes, especially here you can see we are having lot of shapes here. So all these, okay, let me go to shapes. Here you can go to these shapes, right? So here a lot of shapes is available. These shapes, right? So we are going to use in while building the Tableau reports. See how the Tableau is reading the shapes, because it is part of under my Tableau repository. Okay, so all these folders, whatever we are having under my Tableau repository, will help Tableau to serve better, means to work fine. Okay, so uh, in real time scenarios, right? Sometimes just it is a, okay, so normally, right? So real time, some people from end users, if you are going to work on a support project, what is going to happen is the user might be created few reports which he has stored in his machine only. But after a couple of days, till that time it was working fine. After a couple of days, right? So the workbooks, whatever he will try to open, those were not opening. Okay, actually that time, right? Actually in some versions, when the user will upgrade the Tableau version from one version to another version. Okay, now currently see, you guys can see now currently I am using, if you want to see your Tableau version, after installing you can see help option is the right, file, help menu. In the help menu you guys can go and click on tab about Tableau. Once you will click on it, now you can see 2021.2.0 version which I am using currently. And now the latest version of Tableau is, you can see in the bottom side of the screen, upgrade to 2021.42 now. Means the latest version in the market is 2021.4.2. Okay. Now for example, I have created all the reports by using older version, and now I have upgraded my Tableau desktop version. Okay, a few of the reports, like earlier, like after in the earlier versions, from for example from 2020 to 2021 point, when upgraded, everything is working fine. In some cases, the workbooks, whatever is available in your local machine, you are not able to open, it is going to throw one error message. So that time the issue is with the repository. So that time you have to change the repository location. I will explain while going, but repository how, just I am giving an example. What is the importance of that repository? Okay, repository is very important. Okay, Fine, guys. Okay, guys. So once we will open this one today, what we are going to learn is we are going to learn. See, as I said yesterday, by using Tableau, we are going to connect to the database tables and we are creating the visualizations. Now today we are going to learn how we are going to connect to the database and also how we can connect to the local files which is available in your mission. Okay, then after that we are going to create a simple visualization. And okay, now here this is the start page, guys. Whenever you will open Tableau desktop, this is the page you are going to get. In the left side you can see connect pane is there. In this connect pane you guys can see is Tableau server, search for data, Tableau server, 2A file and 2A server, and save data sources. These are the different options we are going to use in different purposes. Okay, search for data means if you are having any data in your server, then directly by using this option you can connect it. Or 2A file means if you are having any files in your desktop, in your mission, not only desktop, anywhere in your mission, by using these file types you can connect. This we will call it as a connectors. This we will call it as a connectors. Means what connectors will do? Connectors will help us to connect with the database. Okay, now this is a local files. For example, I want to connect some Excel file, whatever it is there in my mission. So what I am going to do is just I am going to click on this. Now you can see it is what it is doing is it is open one more window. Now it is asking like this PC documents. Okay, means it what it is saying means you can browse the file, it is telling. Now in this case, right, only the folders will appear and the only Microsoft Excel files will be appear. The other files will won't appear because we have selected the Microsoft Excel connector. You can see if you are having files in different locations, you can search and you can browse them. That is not an issue. So this is where how you can browse it. If you want to go with text files, if you are having any text files, you are planning to work with the text files, then you can use this text file connector and PDF files, SPATL files, everything, whatever it may be. Now, for example, I have chosen Microsoft Excel connector. Now here you can see one Excel file is there that is called as a pivot. Now I am going to click on this pivot. Now I am clicking on open. See, after selecting the required file, after clicking the required file, I am clicking on open. Once I will click on open, now you can see here you can see again another window is open. This window we will call it as a data source window. This entire window we will call it as a data source window. In the bottom side you can see left bottom side the data source page. This we will call it as a data source page window. Now here in the data source page window again we are having three different sections. This data source window, guys, see if you'll connect Excel file, CSV file, FATL files or any database, either Oracle database, MySQL, any database. Once you will establish the connection, automatically it is going to redirect into this page. Okay, here actually what we are going to do is here we are going to use the required tables. Here we are going to use the required tables for our reporting purpose. Here we are bringing the required tables for our reporting purpose. Now example here you can see in the left side, this is the connection window. This left side is a connection window. Here in the connection window, you can see it is a pivot, whatever the file, Excel file I have connected, the file name it is showing here. And you can see the file type. The file type is Microsoft Excel. Okay. And here there is a one drop down button. Here you can click on it. So you can edit the connection. Now you can see it is showing the path of the file from where I connected to this file. What is the file location? Okay. Now and also one more thing, if you want to rename from pivot to like some Excel file, so you can just you can rename it by selecting this option. You can rename it. Now you can give any name whatever you want. The name of the connection. For example, if I want to give like Excel source, so I can provide this name. And after this guys, so this after this you can see here use data interpreter. So I will explain this concept later, but see this Excel file having it is after this use data interpreter option, it is showing sheet 1. What is this sheet 1 means? In the Excel file, whatever the Excel file we have connected, that Excel file is having only one sheet. That sheet name is called sheet 1. Now for example, normally if you open any Excel file, okay, let me go here, my documents. So this is the Excel file I have connected, right? So I am clicking, I am opening it. Yeah guys, now you guys can see. So this is the sheet 1. Now here in the bottom side you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Here sheet 2, sheet 3 we are having, but we don't have any data in it, so that's why it's not at all taking. Only the data, whenever you will have the data, then only it is going to consider. Now in the sheet 1 you guys can see this is the data I am having. Now in sheet 2 for example, I am going to enter something employee ID and name. Just I have added two columns. Now I am going to save this file. I am going to save this file. So once you will save, right? So what I am going to do is I am going to Tableau and I am going to click on refresh. Now you guys can see here sheet 2 is also, because in sheet 2 also now we have a data sheet like different sheets, whatever you can see the different sheets here, the Tableau will treat as a separate tables. Sheet 1 is a one table and sheet 2 is a another table. It is going to treat that way. Now here, right, so sheet 1 for example, let me remove this one. If you are having only one sheet, automatically it is going to add it here. Okay, let me remove initially, right? So it is going to be like this. Okay, it is going to be look like this way. Now for example, if you want to create the visualizations by using sheet 1 or sheet 2, then what you have to do, you have to now here in the Excel file I am having two tables, but as per my requirement, I am not going to use two tables. With the one table only I can able to fulfill the customer requirement. Here in the left side, it is going to display all the tables list whatever we are having in the schema, whatever we have connected. Okay, now out of all the tables, for your reporting purpose, you may going to use only one or two tables or three four tables, whatever it be, based on the requirement. Now for example, I want to create a visualization by using one table. The table name is sheet 1 for example. Now I am going to drag this one. See guys, after this connection area, so I want to use this table. Then what I am going to do is, I am going to drag this sheet 1 into this canvas area. This area, in Tableau terminology, we will call it as a canvas area, the top section. Okay, here pivot is there, right? Below the white space is there. Here you can see drag tables here. This section, we will call it as a canvas area. Okay, so what you have to do, simply you can hold the mouse key and you can drag it. Now you can see here, once you will drag it here, you can release the mouse hold, so automatically the table is going to be inserted here. Now sheet 1 you can see. Now once you will drag, for example, I am going to remove again. I am going to remove. For removing these tables from this canvas area, you can you can click on this drop down arrow and you can remove. You can click the remove, then automatically it is going to remove. Or else what you can do is, again, hold the mouse control and drag and drop outside. Okay, let's observe the screen now. Here the right side, it is full empty, no options is available. Okay, there is a no options available in the canvas area. Once you will drag any table into this canvas area, now observe the screen here, few more options enabled. Means what Okay, first let's complete this one. We will come to this point later. Okay, so now I have a data. See guys, whatever the data I am having in the Excel file, the same data it is going to display here. This area, like this is a canvas area. Below this area, below this area you are able to see some data, right? You can able to see data. This area we will call it as a preview area. We are going to call it as a preview area. Preview area is nothing but it is going to display only the sample data. Here for example in our Excel also we are having only few rows, so that's where you can see only few four. Here you can see four rows. For example, if you are having like millions of records, then it is in the preview area you are not going to see all millions of data. You can see only the top 1000 or 10,000. Okay, it is just a preview area how the data is. You are going to check it. Okay, so this is the way you are going to connect to the files. So after connecting to the files, what you are going to do, whatever the table is required for your analysis, you are going to drag into canvas area. Okay, after doing all the things in the data source page, then how to create a visualization. Now I have taken the tables whatever is required for my analysis. Now what I am going to do is, now you can see guys, after in the left bottom corner data source page, now it is a, now we are in data source page. After this data source page you can see go to worksheet. Go to worksheet. Here sheet 1 is there, means once I will click on sheet 1, now we are going into the worksheet level. In the worksheet level, what we are going to do is we are going to create a visualizations by using this data, this sheet 1 data. Now let's see, I am going to click on sheet 1. Once I will click on sheet 1, now you can say this is the another window. This is the actually here we are going to building the visualizations. Okay, so this is how we are going to. Now guys, so this whatever the options available in this page, right? So we are going to learn in detail each and every option. Just I am going to show, for example, I want to create a one visualization. Just I am going to drag the name here. I am doing anything. Just by holding this one, I am keeping it. Now, for example, some let's take something like text, or like for example, I want to convert into a visualization. Just what I am going to do, just let's see if I want to convert pie chart. Now this is the pie chart. Or if I want to create a bar chart, you can see it, or tree map. So whatever the visualization you want to create, you can create the visualization by selecting the show me options, the visualization type what you want to display. Okay, automatically it is going to bring for you. So this how much it is very simple guys, but you have to know the options. Fine, now we understand how to connect to the Excel file, and how we are working with data source page, and how we are going into the actual development page. Okay, so now here from data source page to sheet 1 you can switch. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to one of the database. Okay, we can connect to the database, and we are going to see the actual data. Actually I'm going to connect to the Snowflake database. Okay, after that I am going to bring one table here, then you can see the data volume of that. Here we are having only 4 rows. Now I am going to connect to the Snowflake database. Now what I am going to do is I am going to remove this table. Once you will remove, it is going to throw one error because there is a one visualization depending on this data source. Okay, so that's where it is going to display error, so no problem. So you can see here mail name. So whatever I am using, just I am going to delete this one, it's not required. And also here what I am going to do is again you can go to sheet and you can right click on it and you can close this connection. Okay, so now the connection is closed. Now you can go to data source page. Now you can see here this is the landing page. Okay, now here I'm going to connect to the, okay, simple thing. First I will I will show you guys how to connect different databases. I am going to show like MySQL, Oracle, and Snowflake. If you want, I can show you Google Sheets as well. Okay, drives, Google Drives. Okay. Okay, first we will see Oracle database. Oracle is familiar to everyone, right? See guys, here when you will join into any project, okay, when you will join into any project, either your manager or from client side manager or your colleagues are going to provide you the information, provide you the information. What information they are going to provide you? They are going to provide you the data source information, means database information, means what is the database we are using, what is the server name, and what is the like once you will join, anyhow first once you will join, right? So you are going to get one you are going to get one id, employee id, or if you are working with working for any other customer, they are going to provide you one id, customer id. Okay, so base for that id they are going to give you like database access and like Tableau access and everything you are going to get. Now don't worry, see once for example your customer is using Oracle database, then you what you have to do is, if first for example you are opening your Tableau and you are trying to create a visualization, what you have to do is you have to select the you have to select the connector. See each database, for example here you can see only 4, right? If you click on more option, you can see lot of connectors, lot of connectors is available. Okay, the customer, for example your customer is using different database like Mark Logic, something, Microsoft Analytics Services, Microsoft Power Pivot, Microsoft SQL Server, a lot of the databases is there, SAP databases is there. So the database whatever your customer is using, you have to select that connector. Okay, you have to select that connector. Once you will click on that connector, it is going to pop up another window. In that window you have to provide the server name, service name, port number, user id and password. To connect to the any database, the main thing is you need to know the server name, database server name. Okay, so actually guys, this information whatever I am telling, right, all this information you are going to get. You no need to bother about it, you no need to think how I am going to get when I will join into project. You no need to bother about anything. You should be strong in the Tableau, that's it. Whatever the details is required, you are going to get once you will join into the project. Now here I am going to click on Oracle. Guys, now you can see once I will click on Oracle normally, right? So these options will be blank guys. You are not going to get all these options. Okay, you are not going to get all these options. Okay, so once you will open, this is going to be like this. Now to which database I am going to connect? I am going to connect to the Oracle database. Now here, as I said, right, so they are going to give the server name. In real time guys, there will be a different environments. There will be different environments. Let me okay, so guys, first, right, so when you will okay, first your client asked you to create a visualization. Okay, you don't know which database you have to connect. Okay, actually the database environments we are having: development environment and QA environment and prod environment, means production environment. Development, QA, production. See, actually the project flow how it is going to be is, first the data is going to be, first stage the data is going to be available in development environment. The data is going to be available in development environment. If for example the ETL guys, what they are going to do is they are going to load the data into development environment. If once they have the ETL guys, right? So there will be ETL testers. Okay, there will be ETL testers. What they are going to do is they are going to validate the data, whatever the ETL developers loaded into tables. Once the ETL testing is done, what they are going to do is, or else, right? So in some companies they are going to follow this way, like here itself, the ETL testers will load the data. Will test the data along with that, right? Even developers who are ETL developers, right? Even they are going to validate the data. Even they are going to validate the data. Once it is done, once development is done, for example, for example, let's take like they have loaded the data into two tables they have loaded. Now they have the developer ETL developers and ETL testers, both they validated, like they finally they said like, okay, the data is coming fine. So once they confirm the data is coming fine, what next step is, whatever the data is available in development, these two tables, they are going to load into a QA environment. Again, once in QA environment, who are going to test? Here UAT testing is going to be. Here from UAT testing is going to be done. UAT testing, who is going to do UAT testing? What is I mean by UAT testing here? It is a user acceptance test. User user acceptance testing. See, the user's acceptance testing means who are going to test this data. See, actually, from user side means from client side. Okay, from client side, actually, for example, let's assume this data is going to be used for like different reporting purpose. And let's take for example, 500 users were there who are depending on this data, these two tables data. Then out of 500 users, all 500 users are not going to test this data. From client side, client manager, he will ask a few people, like either 5 or 10 numbers, 10 people he is going to ask, please validate the data whatever is available in QA environment. Then these 5 or 10 people, they are going to check these two tables data, whether the data is populating correctly or not. Because why UAT is mandatory means, user will know more than us. User will know about the data more than us, because he's a he's a regularly he used to work with the data only. He knows what data it should be in the database. He knows very well. As a developer, what we know how to bring the data, how to represent the data to customer. But the actual customers will know each and everything. If for example, let's take some I have sold one project, one product, the customer from like for example, let's take he is a sales manager. He's a sales manager, like he know how many sales their team has done. For example, as per his understanding, like 3 millions, 3 millions, 3.5 million something, the sales is happened. But in the report side, if you are showing 3.4.5 also, like 3 millions, uh, 45 means, then what is going to happen? He is expecting 3.5 millions, but you are showing 3.45 millions only. Then he is going to rise, like he is going to test that way whether the data is showing correctly or not. Then he will raise a concern like why somewhere it is missing 0.5 millions. So those kind of testing is going to be done by end users. That is called as a UAT. In the UAT phase, the end users are going to test the data. Then once we will get the sign off, once we will get the sign off from customers, then this data is going to be moved to production environment. Okay. Now, actually, while building Tableau also, for example, if you are working in a development project, what is going to happen is, once the data is available in the development environment, okay, for example, as per like a contract, okay, with the customer, parallelly parallelly database development and Tableau development should go parallelly. Okay, for example, the contract might be like that. Then what you are going to do is, once the tables is created in your development environment, what you are going to do is, by using Tableau you are going to connect to the development environment. Okay, see, once data is available, you are going to create a visualizations. Once the data is moved into QA, then what you are going to do is, the report whatever you have developed the report in development environment, you are going to connect into QA. Here, once you have developed the report by connecting to development environment, okay, just you are going to change the connection here. You are going to just change the connection from development to QA. You are not going to rebuild entire report by connecting it to QA. Just you are going to change the connection from development to QA. Okay, QA also, right? So the end users here also, the testing is going to happen, especially in not development phase. In QA phase, again, reporting users like the end users are going to validate the data. They are going to test the functionality of the report what we have developed. Okay, so after completion of QA, for example, for reports also, whatever the reports you have built, that that should be accepted by the end users. Once you will get the sign off to the QA reports, then you are going to publish it to a production by connecting it to the production data. By connecting to production data, you are going to publish the reports to Tableau production server. Then once you will publish the report to production server, now it is going to be visible for all the customers here, guys. So this is like as I said, right? So it is, for example, let's assume it is a uh, database environments. Here Tableau also will be having environments, guys. Tableau also, Tableau environments also, you will be having dev QA prod. Actually, this dev QA prod, right? So depends on the project budget again, depends on the project budget, and also the business means how much if customer is mandatory, they require three environments, they are going to purchase three environments, three licenses. Okay, one license for development, one license for QA, one license for production. Here also same, here development we will be having, QA we are going to have, and like production. See here, development, QA, production, same thing. Here development means all the development whatever we are going to create, we are going to connect to the, we are going to connect to development database. Guys, whatever we are going to create the visualizations, we are going to connect to the development database. Once development is completed, what we are going to do is, we are going to publish the reports to here only, development environment. Okay, once we will publish the reports, what we are going to do is, we are going to validate the reports whether as per the requirement we have we have completed the we have created the report or not. What is the requirement? For example, he asked you to create some visualization which will show each department what is the revenue and what are the top country top profitable countries. You have created the visualization, but after creating the visualization, what you are going to do is, you are going to validate the data. How you are going to validate the data? Now whatever the report you have created, you are going to see the value. For example, as I said, top 10 countries, profit wise top 10 countries. Now in your report, top 10 countries it is showing, like for example, India, Australia, US, Japan, something. Okay, top 10. So now after this, whether how you will know whether this India, Australia, US, Japan are top 10 countries or not? Now India is first place, Australia is second place, US is third place, Japan is fourth place. Like that, till 10 countries you are displaying. Now how we will come to know India is in first place or not? how you are going to tell the customer the data whatever you are displaying in the report is correct or not. You have to give some justification to the customer. You have to show some proof, right? So to show the proof, what we are going to do is we are going to validate the data in development environment. Means whatever the data we are displaying here, okay, and whatever the filters and whatever the conditions we have written in Tableau, the same thing we are going to do in development environment database. In the development database, we are going to write a one query. That query is going to give the list of top 10 customers based on the condition whatever we have provided. Then if the data whatever you are showing in the report and whatever it is present in the database, if both will match, then we can say the data whatever we are displaying in the report is accurate. Okay, this is the way we are going to do unit testing. While doing unit testing, we have to take some screenshots. Okay, after that case, so then after completion of this, then what we are going to do is this development report whatever we have completed. For example, report something, just I am giving dashboard, just I am telling like just I am giving name top 10 country dashboard. So after this, what I am going to do is whatever the dashboard, this is the dashboard name. This dashboard I am going to connect to the QA environment. I am going to connect to the QA database. Once here also actual users they are going to test this top 10 country dashboard. Okay, once I will connect to the QA database, what I am going to do is this dashboard I am going to publish it to QA environment. In QA environment, again from customer side, either 5 people or 10 people, they are going to log in into QA server and they are going to validate the data. Once we will get the sign off for this, then we are going to publish it to a production finally. So once we will publish the production, then all the customers, whoever part of the server and as per their roles, they can able to see this report. Means production means it's a live, anyone can access. Okay. So this is the different phases we are going to get. Okay, in each project. These are standard, guys. Environments are standard. If you go to any project, you are going to have three environments, especially database, three environments: development, QA, production. But Tableau, again, as I said earlier, depends on the project, their budget. They can go with either two servers or one server. Two servers means they are not going to like purchase QA. They can purchase only development. In the development only, they are going to create a subfolders in that project in the server, and they are going to use the server as a QA. Okay, both purpose, for development purpose and QA purpose, they are going to use only one server. Okay, this is how the projects will be maintained. We are okay, right? Any doubts, guys, on this?
Yeah, I have one question regarding that table. I mean,
Guys,
what is
feel
the
free to
schema?
ask. Any doubts on this?
Hello, hello,
Okay, fine.
hello.
So now here, right? So as I said, right? So you now here you don't know here exactly what is the how you are going to connect to the development environment from Tableau, from Tableau desktop, how you are going to connect to the development. See, each database there will be a one server name, server name and service name and port number. Some databases will not have service name, it will be having. See, server name is mandatory and port number is mandatory. Port number and access for the database. Access to that database. Access to that database means, as I said, right? So once you will join into any project, any company, they are going to create a one ID. Okay, ID might be either internal ID or from customer side also they are going to, once you will onboard to any customer, they are going to create a one id. That id you are going to get the access for this database. Okay, now these details, as I said, right? So whether database administrators or etl person, or for example already there is some person who is working on Tableau, either you can get these details from your colleague or you can ask your manager, project manager. They are going to share all the details. What is the server name? For example, for development, let's assume the server name is development, some company name or client name .com, something. This is, let's assume this is a development server name. So name same way for uat, what is going to be like this means it is going to like, here instead of dev you may see like qa. Yes, this is not standard formats, just I am giving you an example for understanding purpose. There will be a difference based on their convenience. They are going to keep the server names for production as well. Here you can see prod. Okay, so for this Tableau also same, development qa prod. Now I want to connect to the development database. Now to connect to the development database, what I have to use? I have to use this development server name. I have to use this development server name. If you want to connect to development and you are going to use this server name, then what is going to happen? You are connecting to the production database, not the development database. You have to, if you want to connect to the database, you have to, for example, first you have to decide to which database I need to connect to create the report. Once you will decide it, you have to use that database, that environment server name, either development, QA, production. Now I want to connect to the development. This server name I am going to use it, and here I am going to give the server name here. Then again, as I said, right, the service name is not mandatory, it's optional. You can use port number and username, password. Username here is, as I said, you are going to get one ID, right? Unique ID, employee ID. With that, for that is going to be username. It is going to be either numbers or characters. Okay, so you are going to enter your username and they are going to provide you access for your user. Then whatever the password you are going to get, that password you are going to enter here. Okay, now here in my case actually this is a real-time example. Okay, so real-time how you are going to connect, but in my case the development, the server, the oracle I have installed in my local machine. So that's where what I am going to use. Local machine means either you can use 127.0.0.1 or you can mention local host, because it is in the same mission. So I am going to use local host. And after that, here you will be having the database. Here you should provide the service. For example, now this is the SQL developer. I have installed the Oracle. Now for example, here you can see I want to connect the Scott. Okay, you might say if your background is like computer science or something different streams, also you might be heard about this card schema like employee table, department table, right? So now I want to see the service name. For example, here I don't know the service name. Okay, now what I am going to do is just I am going to right click on this and here properties. Now you can see the properties here. Now Scott, connection name is Scott, username is Scott, and you can see the local host name is localhost. Here host name and server name is both are same, and port number this is the one, and service name you can say this is the service name. I am going to copy the service name and I am going to use it here. Now here in the database, which user I am going to connect? Now you can see the username is Scott. Username is Scott. Here this is the default user. For example, in database in real time, the username is going to be your name. Okay, your name or your ID, employee ID. So now here in this case username is Scott. So now I am going to use this username and I have created a password for this. So password is Tableau. Just I have given Tableau. So now I have filled all the details. Now you guys can see, guys. So here I am having HR Scott and Tableau training DB. So now here you can see I am using username as a Scott. Now it is going to connect to the Scott. Means now if you expand this one, now you can see here I am having different tables. Whatever the table, it's loading. Just yeah, whatever the tables I am able to see here, all the tables is going to be available in your Tableau in the data source page under connections. Now you can see here I am clicking on sign in button. Once I will click on sign in, it is navigating you into the data source page. Guys, this is the one. Now here you can see in the connection area, you can see the database name is Oracle. You can see the with the small letters, that is a Oracle. And here the so, and here you can see the local host. Here the service name, it is showing local host because the service name what we have given local host. That is the name, the server name it is displaying here. If you want, you can rename the server name. So you can rename it, like for example, Oracle database, something. As per your requirement, you can for your understanding. Okay, fine. Now you can see here schema, select schema. Once I will click on it, now you can see automatically you are going to get, see here everything is, see automatically Scott is selected. I haven't selected anything, automatically Scott is selected. Now you can see, as I said, you can see these are the different tables which is available under Scott schema. Here Scott schema. So here I said Scott user, right? User and schema. See, the object names, the terminology will be different from database to database, but we can here we can call it as a user or schema. Okay. Now in this schema, you can see we are having lot of tables, guys. These are the different tables which is available. And one more thing, have you guys observed when we will connect, when we connected? Now let me open the Excel file. Okay, I'm going to open another instance of Tableau application. Guys, are you guys able to follow me or not? Any doubts? Please feel free to ask, guys.
Yes, yes, we are following.
Yes, we are able to follow you.
It's not audible, guys. So I don't know. I'm not able to hear you anything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
are
are
able
able
to
to
follow
follow.
you.
We are able to follow you.
Hello.
We are able to follow you, bro.
Sorry, guys. I don't know the issue, but I could not still. I could not able to. Yeah, you guys can message me. No issue. Okay.
Uh,
You guys can message me. So fine. Okay, right. So I have opened another instance, guys. So this is another instance of Tableau. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right. So now here, okay, so here this is another instance. Like for example, now you can see here this is another instance which we connected to Oracle. In another instance, whatever I opened, now what I'm going to do is I am going to connect to the Excel file. Now you guys can observe the difference. Okay. Now here I am going to connect to the Excel file, the same file which I connected earlier. So pivot, just open. Now here, see the difference. This is the Excel connection, and here I am going to rename it like Excel for an sorry, not edit, not rename. Yeah. Okay, Excel I mentioned. Now you can see, guys, in when you will connect to the local files, when you will connect to the local files, now you guys can say only after sheets, after connection, you are getting sheets. In the sheets, in the sheets, right? So you are having a one option called use data interpreter. This option is not going to be available for the databases. This option is going to be available only for the Excel files, Microsoft Excel workbook. And here you can see directly the sheets, the Excel file, whatever the sheets it contain, that information it is displaying. After that, no new union option. When you will connect to the local files, these are the different options you are going to get. But once you will connect to the database in real time, guys, keep in mind, in real time we are not going to work with the Excel files, we are going to work with the database tables only. Okay, only 1%, 1% or 2% cases only we are going to work with the Excel files. Okay, but rest 98% we are going to work with the databases. Fine. Now you can see here the difference is, once you will connect to the database, here you have to select the specific schema or user, we can say, and after once you will connect to the schema, then it is going to display the list of tables which is available under that schema. Okay, now here, see, after these table names, now you can see new custom SQL option is there and a new union. Here, once you will connect to the database, what are the different options you are going to, extra options you are going to get? You are going to get new custom SQL option and here schema option. Here, new custom SQL option, why we got new custom SQL option means, see guys, directly here in Tableau, directly while establishing the connection, while fetching the data into your Tableau environment, you can get the data in two ways. First one is directly you can use the database tables which is available under the schema, or you can write a custom SQL query. You can write a custom SQL query. Now, for example, what I am going to do is I am going to use one table. Okay, I am going to drag the employee table. Now you can see the same process. Once you will connect to the databases, the rest everything will be same. If you connect Excel file, if you connect any database, the process will be the same. Okay, now I am going to drag the employees. Now you can see here, now in the employees table, this is the employee table and this is the same. Once you will drag the same, you can see the connection information is enabled and filters, and here the same preview area also it is showing. In Excel file preview area, right, so automatically data is loading. When you will connect database, right, sometimes it won't load. Now what you have to do is you can see update now, automatically update. If you click on automatically update, then whenever you will connect, automatically the data is going to be updated. Now you can see this is the data which is available in the employees table. Now how many rows is there? You can see here 14 rows is available. Now let's see in the database. Now I am going to write it. See, I want to see the data in the table. Select star from employees. So I am going to run this table. Some error. Okay, employees, maybe spelling mistake. IMPLOYE. Yeah, employee just. So now you can see guys, so the records whatever we are showing in the preview, 14 records, the same records it is displaying. Now you can see 300, 500, so many nulls were there, right? So if you go to Tableau, the same data it is displaying. There is a no change. Now see here also same data, here also same data. Now what we are going to do is after getting the information, you are going to sheet again. So till here, once you have joined the tables, once you have taken the required tables for your analysis, you are good here. Then what you are going to do is you are going to create a visualizations. Okay, now this name is going to be available here in the this name, right? Whatever the name employees card you are able to see, right? This name is what we can say, this name you can rename it. This is going to be your data source name. So what is a data source now? What is a data source? What is the use of data source? See, the data source is right. The data source, what data source will contain first of all? The data source will contain the information about the database. Means whatever the information is required to connect your database, that information it is going to store, and along with the calculations whatever we are going to create in the Tableau level, it is going to store. Now for example, here I am going to give name as Oracle data source. Okay, this is the Oracle data source. Now if you go to sheet 2, now you can say Oracle data source, this is the name. Now what information it is contains? This contains the connection information, means how we connected to database, what all are the details we use it to connect to the database, that information it is going to hold. And also here the headers, column headers, right? What we will call it is, this one we will call it as a metadata. The data source will contains the metadata information means only the column headers. Now let's go back to data source page. Here you can see, here 7369 Smith Clerk. Okay, we are having different names here, different data. Now what is 7369, what is 7369, and what is 7521, what is 7566? If you don't have a header for this column, it won't, you will not, it is not going to give any meaningful, it won't have any meaning, right? So for that, each column will have one header. That header we will call it as a metadata. In simple, normally, as if you'll go with if you'll go on definition wise, metadata is metadata is data about data. It's a simple data about data. What is data and what is about data? See here, this is the data, and about data, what is telling me is that is called as a metadata. Whatever you can see, it is data. And here employee number is a metadata information. It is going to tell about this data. So here the data source, what it contains is, it contains the connection information and also the metadata information. And also guys, for example, if you have created any calculations in the Tableau level, and also if you have created any groups, lot of things with there we are going to discuss in future. But whatever you are going to create, all the information the data source is going to hold. Okay, just it is going to hold the metadata but not the database. It is not going to hold any data, just it is going to hold the metadata information, just column names and the connection information, that's all. Okay, the data source means, are you guys clear about this data source now? What is the mean by data source?
Yeah, data source contains a metadata.
Right. So guys, now right, so now we have seen like how to connect to Oracle. Guys, we can connect multiple tables. Now if you will explain all the things, right, you will get confused. Okay, I will explain like once we can see like different after connecting different databases. Okay, now we are good on connecting Oracle. Right, now what I am going to do is, I am going to connect to the Snowflake database. I am going to connect to Snowflake database. See, Snowflake database, I request all of you, you guys have to create a Snowflake database, guys. So to create a Snowflake database, so just you have to register, that's all. 60 days trial you are going to get, okay? Guys, if you want to, like, once you will open this snowflake.com, right? So I am going to give you the URL in the chat window, so you guys can register. So you no need to pay anything, it's a free. Okay, So once you will click on start free, it is going to ask you to register, so then you have to register. Okay, already I have an account, so what I am going to do is I am going to click on login. I am going to login. So here, okay, for login actually you will get one this one guys, to your mail you are going to get one id. Okay, so you have to use that id. So now I think I have to, yeah, snowflake computing, activate your snowflake id. So already I have activated. Now log into snowflake. Now here here is the id, so this is the id I have to use. This is the account url. From next time onwards I have to use this account url. Okay, let me click on it. So here I am going to give, and I am going to give the password. So this is dummy account guys, don't worry. Okay, see guys, snowflake is a like a cloud based database. Okay, so guys, now this is the database. Okay, here also you can see I have created one like scheme, one data warehouse that is called as a Krishna, with the name of Krishna. Now in that again public is there. These are the different schemas in Krishna data warehouse. We are having two different schemas. I have created just one table that is called student. Fine. Now I'm not going to connect to Krishna now. Okay, I am going to connect to the Snowflake sample data. This is another data warehouse in a Snowflake. Okay, so now what I want to run it. So resume. Yes. Now I am going to connect. So actually yes, now I am going to close this connection guys. So I am not going to use this Excel anyhow. Now I am going to click on connect to data. You no need to go to data source. Either you can go to data source, you can click on Snowflake. Now you guys can see guys, once you will click on Snowflake, it is going to give different options. Now you can see you are getting different options. So see guys, the connector, right, depending on the database what you are going to connect, the slightly the options will be different, but the process will be same. Now here it is asking server name, but when you connect it to Oracle, what it asked, it is asking like server name, service name, port number, everything, right? Here port number is another thing, and the service name. But here when you are going to connect to a Snowflake, server name and account role. So this is account role. So this is the account role, like in the Snowflake, when you will go to Snowflake, here you are going to see account role. Here you will be having different roles. Now my role is account administrator. Now I am the admin in the Snowflake. So you have to provide this role, account role. So the same way here, how you are going to get the server name, again these details you are going to get from your project manager. Now here, right, the server name. Now how I am going to connect, because it is a cloud based database, it's not installed in my machine. This Snowflake is not installed in my machine, it is a cloud based. Now here what I am going to do, here you guys can see here whatever the URL you can see here, HTTPS, this is going to be your server name. Now this is the server name. Now I am going to give the server name here, and after that account admin role, as I said, I have given admin role. Now username and password. Now username is Challa Babu. So I am going to give, and the password is optional, it mentioned, but you have to give. So my password is Tableau. So I am clicking on sign in. See guys, once I will click on sign in, so now it is connecting with your Snowflake database. Now from my Tableau desktop to cloud database I connected. Now you can see here, now compare with the Oracle. Guys, everything will be same guys. Here don't get confused. So here, You can see here what you are getting is, okay, right. So here the connection is same. The connection here, now you can see it is a Snowflake and it is a Oracle. Now here directly schema we connected, and here you have to select the warehouse first. So here the warehouse you can see, let it load, compute warehouse, so something, okay, compute warehouse and database. See, warehouse means here actually you if you guys observed here, here compute warehouse, this is the warehouse, just I went and I resumed it, means automatically it is going to be suspend state. Okay, as it is a cloud base, for each and every second they are going to charge. Okay, but not as for free users in general. Okay, in real time. So now I resumed it, means now it is a compute warehouse, this is the warehouse name. That is what here in the same warehouse, here whatever the databases is available. Now you can see Krishna, Snowflake and Snowflake sample data. So these are the databases: Krishna, Snowflake, Snowflake sample. So as I said, I am going to connect to Snowflake sample data. Okay, now I am going to run this query. Now you can see after connecting to database, now it is asking schema, select the schema. Now here you can say this is the database name, and once you will click on it, now you can say these are the different schemas which is available. Schema here is nothing but user. You can say schema or user. Now in this each schema there will be a lot of tables. For example, information schema, you can see here, you can see these are the different tables which is available here under information schema. If you click on any other schema, you are going to get different tables. Now by connecting which schema, I need to do analysis. What I am going to do is I am going to connect to the this one 1000, right? So SF 1000 is there, right? I am going to connect to that schema. Now I'm going to click on it. See, whatever I can see in the Snowflake, the same it is displaying here. Now I am going to click on the schema. Once you click on the schema, now you can see here the tables, whatever the tables is available here, whatever the tables you can see, the same tables list is available here. Okay, here it is a customer. Now it is displaying customer TPCH SF1000 customers. TPCH, what is a TPCH? TPCH is a database name. So it is included that one. Now I am going to run that. I am going to say, so now what I am going to do is I am going to click on customer and just place name in SQL. See, this is the name. Actually, guys, so here if you want to run any queries in the Snowflake database, what you have to do is you have to mention the database name and dot schema name and finally table. Database name, schema name and table name. So now here I want to say how many records is available in the customer table. So now what I am going to do is select count star from this table. Now I am going to check it. I am going to check the count of the records in this table. Now I have selected this one. Just I am clicking on run. Once I will click on run, what is going to display is it is going to display the record count. Now you guys can observe here. This is the record count which is available in that customer table. How many records? 2, 3, 15 crores data. Okay, 15 crores data is available in this table. Now what I am going to do is I am going to connect to this table. Okay, see now guys, in general, if whatever, for example, now instead of count I am going to do, just I am going to keep limit, like I am going to mention, I want to take only like 1000 records. I don't want to fetch all the data. Okay, so just I am running for 1000 records. Now you can see this is the now it has given 1,000 records. Okay, now you can see we are having customer key, customer name, address, nation key, phone, uh, account balance, marketing segment, and comment. So these are the different fields we are having in this table. Now let's assume, for example, here marketing segment is there. So in marketing segments, we are having different market segments. You can see machinery is available, automobile is available, building is available, furniture, different marketing segments is available. Now I want to know for each marketing segment, what is the account balance? I want to know how you are going to check it. Or else, for example, here nation key is there. As per my knowledge, nation key means nation, right? So each nation there is a one key. They have updated here. In each nation, for each nation, what are the market segments available, and in each market segment, what is the account balance I want to check. By taking these 15 crores data, if you want to do manually, is it possible? It is very difficult, right? So by using Tableau, we can achieve this one within minutes, 2 minutes or 3 minutes, less than 5 minutes. Okay, if we are good in Tableau, once we will connect the database, it's a just fraction of seconds. Okay, once you have established the connection, it's a fraction of seconds. Now I'm going to connect to this one. Now let's go here. Now what I want is I want to use this customer, right? So now what I am going to do is I am going to drag this one. See, now I am going to enlarge this one. Now you guys can see customer table we are using and automatically update. So here you can see now 15 crores data is there, but it is showing like 1,000 rows because it is a preview area, guys. It is going to display only the records. For example, if you want to increase to 10,000, then it is going to display 10,000 records. But it is very difficult. Like if you want to see 15 crores data, it is not possible. Okay, and also you have to scroll this one. Just it is for preview purpose. Now, whatever the requirement, just we have 1 second, guys. Sorry. Hello. Sure. Okay. Whatever whatever the requirement we have discussed just now, we will try to implement that one. Okay. Just what I am going to do is just connected. We have connected to Snowflake database and we have connected to the required table. Now what I am going to do is I am going to click to sheet. Now this is the information we are having. Any doubts, guys? Before starting that one, is everything good? Fine, right? So now what we thought, like what we discussed actually. So here by looking at this data, we want to take each nationality keywise. We want to see the market segments, and in each market segment what is the account balance. Okay, now what I'm going to do is here all the fields is available. Okay, I will explain you guys clearly. Once we will move on, you guys will get like a good understanding. Now what I want, first thing is I want uh, nation key. So first nation key. Okay, I will explain all these data types later. So just I am going to do some changes. So here this is the nation key. Okay, here these are the different nation keys. 0 to 24 is available. Now if you want to drag market segments, now I want to see the market segments. Now you can see each segment, market segments are same in each nation key. Okay, now I want to see the account balance. Now I am going to drag the account balance here. Now you can see here in nation 0, these are the different market segments available. For automobiles, this is the account balance. This is the account balance. Now same thing you want to do in Snowflake database. What you have to do, you have to write the SQL query, right? So now see simple, how simple. You are not going to write any custom SQL here. Directly you have connected to the database and you are displaying the data here. Just drag and drag. And if you want to convert to the visualization, just you can convert to the visualization. Now I am going to remove this nation key, it's not required. Now you can see, let's give the labels, let's increase. See, these are the different values which is available. All are near, so that's why each and every bar is showing same. Okay. So this is how you are going to create a visualization space. Here, see, I haven't written any code as of now because we are going to write calculations, but we are not going to write like script kind of thing, like JavaScript. We are not going to write. But as I said in the starting session, you have to learn SQL as well. You have to focus like a little bit of knowledge. You can learn your own guys SQL. That is not a big thing. Okay. Now, see the same result, I will try to get it from here. Now, what are the things I required? I required C nation key. Okay, so just if you mention star, you are going to get all the columns which is available in the table. Now, if you want to specific columns, then instead of star, you are going to mention the column names here. So here, C underscore nation key, comma, next C underscore MKT segment, comma, next what we have to do, and account balance, what we have to do, we have to take the aggregated data, because in each market segment what is the balance we are checking, right? So then you have to use the aggregation function. Here I am going to use sum is the aggregation function, sum of C underscore ACCT balance. Now after that, if you run this query, we are not going to get any result. It is going to throw the error, because when you are using the aggregation functions in the select statement, you have to use the group by expressions. So here you have to use the group by function. So here group by, so whatever the dimensions you are using here, you have to use this group by function here. You have to mention these two here. Now you can run this query. See now, okay, let me sort it down based on the nation key. So after this, order by nation key. Oh, sorry. Guys, now you can see. So this is the nation key and automobiles building. So you can see the data here for automobiles 53947 something, right? So 5394 something. So let's see what is displaying in Tableau. So just I'm going to convert into a cross tab again. So account nation key. Here you can say 53947264442. Here 442. Here 0.48 is there, but here 0.48 is not available. Sorry, not displaying, because we are rounding it. It is rounding it. So I am going to do the format. Just standard. Now you can see for it same value. Is it clear, guys? Now see, whatever we have created in Tableau, the same thing we have done in the database as well by writing the query. So the validation also, guys, simple. We are not going to write like 1,000 lines queries, 500 lines, like 100 lines queries. Just simple basic thing, how to select what, how to group, how to use group by function, how to, what is the use of order by, what is the use of having function. If you know the basics, then you can validate the data. You are not going to write anything. Okay. We are not going to create any tables, we are not going to create any views, just we are just fetching the data, whatever is available in the database table. Okay, so this is how we have created the visualization, guys. Fine. So any doubts, guys, on this? So please
I think we are writing queries only for validation
Sorry
purpose,
guys,
right?
once again, just be on the call. So just I will drop off and I will rejoin. I am not able to hear your voice. I don't know what is the problem. Just I'm